with all the things that are going on, with some folks redistributing themselves around the country because of the economy, Arizona still seems to be poised for strength.
Of course it is. I mean, it's a great place to live, and we're going to make it a better place to live. And again, we have a lot of things. We've been number one or number two in the nation, the last 2 decades in growth, and that's because it is a good place to live. And I talked to a businessman just the other day who's moved a new business here from Texas, and with the difficulty in opening his doors, and they hired 200 people, well-paying jobs, and it was difficult. It took him 3 times the time, 3 times the effort to get his doors open that he had in Texas, he was telling me. Well, enough of that. We're going to make it easier somehow. We're going to figure out what those impediments and those hurdles, those obstacles to business growth and new business, as well as preserving and protecting the existing businesses, are, and get government out of the way. And again, our number one issue down here, and you see the signs all over, is job growth. Jobs number one. We intend to make this no longer a flyover zone for the escapees from California. We want them to land here, do business here, prosper here. And we did that 2 ways. And I'm going to make this very clear. Not only lower taxes, less regulation, create an environment that's conducive to productivity, but in addition to that, safe neighborhoods. Arizona has done some great things. Our violent crime rate in the state of Arizona has dropped 3 times that of the national average. We're doing a lot of other things pretty well here too.
Now, obviously, the state doesn't exist by itself. There's other states plus the whole country, and the whole country's not going in the right direction still. Still some problems. Things there's not much growth. Matter of fact, August numbers, no growth for jobs. That has to, as you look at what you need to do, how does that impact your decisions?
Well, clearly you look at all those issues that are impeding, or you think don't allow for the kind of growth that needs to take place. You're right, we've hovered around 9% unemployment. The official rate, maybe higher, maybe 13, 14, 15%, maybe 17%, because we're only still counting those that are actively looking for employment. So we know we have a huge problem. We still have a 26-year high in unemployment. We have record foreclosures. We will continue to do all we can to make sure we put Americans back to work. And because the cost to the taxpayer when people aren't working is huge. The destruction of families is huge. So we're going to do everything we can in Arizona to put Americans back to work. And again, that's part of, and then that means that's tax revenue. That means less people relying on social services. That means everybody prospers and benefits when we put Americans back to work.
Made a change now with Senator Biggs taking just majority leader only position. He used to be with the appropriations chair. Now you have Senator Shooter. How's that working so far?
Well, we're not in session, so we don't know how that's working so far. But I
mean,
tell you,
the
Senator Shooter will be a great appropriations chair. It's kind of unusual to have a freshman as appropriations chair, but he's had 1 year as a subcommittee chair. His hearings, he's worked with Senator Biggs. I'm very engaged in the budget. Senator Biggs, as the majority leader, must still be very engaged in the budget. So he's not going to be alone. He's got a very tenured, experienced vice chair. It's a perfect time to again, if you will, to bring somebody in and mentor them to be what they're going to be there well. I'd like somebody to be there well, so they can continue to guide this state. As we continue, we're not out of this recession completely yet. We're not where we want to be by a long shot. So I want somebody who's going to honor the Constitution, is a fiscal conservative, understands his responsibility to the taxpayers, and continues to help move the state in the right direction. He's not alone. He's one vote. There's still a majority that must vote with him on every issue, but he can help guide that train so it gets into port, into the station safely.
Now talk about your leadership team now then.
Well, again, great leadership team. I mean, Senator Biggs, great experience, good fiscal conservative. Senator Steve Pearce, they bring such quality there. Sylvia Allen, so I've got 2 rural guys and 2 urban guys sitting there in leadership, and so that we reflect the values of the state of Arizona, not just one county. In fact, it's kind of interesting when I called Senator Shooter, to be the appropriations chair. I said, okay, things change now. You know, before, I mean, all you had to really worry about, I mean, purposely the state of Arizona, but you're a Yuma boy. I said, take off your Yuma hat. We love Yuma. But you are now responsible for a state budget where everybody's treated equal, fair, and the same, and the fiscal concerns of the state of Arizona have to be your priority. And he understood that carefully, and I appreciated his response. And so we're going to move forward in a really positive way. We've got a strong team of fiscal conservatives that reflects the values of this state from border to border.
Good. Thank you very much.
Thank you.